Hello everyone. Today I will present the main functionalities of SYSTRONICS Intercompany Utilities. Intercompany Utilities is a multifunction application designed for organizations that have multiple branch companies using Sage 300. The application consists of several submodules, and each submodule automates a specific function of intercompany operations. The following submodules are included in SYSTRONICS Intercompany Utilities: Intercompany Account Synchronization, Customer Synchronization, Item Synchronization, Vendor Synchronization, Intercompany POOE Trade Automation, Consolidated Reports, GL Distributions, and Inventory Transfers. Please note that each submodule requires a separate license link. You may buy only those submodules which you are interested in. However, the main module is required for all submodules. First, I would like to introduce the account, vendor, customer, and item synchronization submodules, which synchronize corresponding records across interrelated companies. These utilities are very useful if you want, for example, to maintain the same customer or item list across all branch companies. We have added a new and very useful option in this submodule. Starting from version 2018, it is possible to select which specific field of account, vendor, customer, and item record you want to synchronize. Let's see how easy and fast it is in reality. We will use the sample databases where all the setup is already done. The sample databases are also available on our website. So let's start with customer synchronization. I will show how the submodule works for customer synchronization, and all our other submodules, the processing of other submodules is similar. So, as I said, first of all, in the RG options, we need to select which specific fields we want to synchronize from one company to another company. So let's say we are going to synchronize a customer from RG Ltd company to RG Inc. company. On the Companies tab, we specify interrelated companies which we want to use in our intercompany utilities. And on the Customer Synchronization tab, we select the field of customer record that we want to copy. So let's say we want to copy only the customer name, the customer group, and address. So we save the options. All other fields will not be copied from one company to another. After setting up the options, we just open the customized version of AR customer screen. So as you see, this screen is nearly the same as in AR module. We have just one addition here, synchronized button. So for let's say we want to synchronize customer 1010 from RG Ltd to RG Inc. We just click synchronize. We populate the interrelated companies with RG Ltd company. These companies are defined on the options screen, and let's select RG Inc. to which we want to copy our customer. As you can see, we do not have customer 1010 in the RG Inc. company. So we select RG Inc. and just click synchronize. So synchronization is completed successfully, and the customer 1010 is copied to RG Inc. company. Let's make sure that it is created. So as you can see, the customer group code, their address are copied from from RG Ltd company, and other fields are left blank or are populated with the default values from the selected, for example, customer group. One more note here that you can, if you want to perform a bulk synchronization, you can use the customer synchronization wizard, which allows you to select by different selection criteria the range of customers, vendors, items, accounts you want to synchronize from one company to another. So this much about the synchronization submodules. Next is POOE trade automation that facilitates the sales and purchase flows between interrelated entities. So a purchase order created in the buyer company automatically generates a sales order in the seller company. Similarly, the shipment in the seller company generates a receipt in the buyer company. And finally, the OE invoice issued by the seller automatically generates a PO invoice in the buyer company. So as you can see, the data entry is reduced 2 times and data consistency is ensured between companies by minimizing data entry errors. The POOE trade automation module also provides additional security options. Some of these security options may also be based on amount limits. So you can optionally define whether the transaction generated in the destination company is posted automatically or must be approved by an authorized user. So let's see how the submodule works. First of all, as I have said, we need to create a purchase order transaction in the buyer company. We just use the standard PO purchase order enter screen. We enter the purchase order for the intercompany vendor, which we define in our RG options screen, and just enter the information as we do usually. Quantity and cost. And post the transaction. So we got a message that says that OE order was created automatically based on the purchase order created in RG Inc. company. So let's see the order entry in the selling company. So the order entry is created for intercompany customer, which is also defined in RG options. Here is the order created for the intercompany customer with the same detailed information. So the next step is entering shipment for the intercompany customer based on the order which was automatically created. So as I have said, the intercompany utilities allows to specify to set up users' security rights. So in this case, I have set up the module so that the admin user, which we use now, does not have the right to automatically post a PO receipt in RG Inc. company. So in this case, the authorized user in the RG Inc. company should open the approval console screen where the transaction PO receipt generated, PO receipt is shown. So the user need to click yes and process the transaction. So the PO receipt is automatically created in the RG Inc. company. The next step is creating invoice in the selling company. Again, we need to enter the shipment and post. So the same procedure is here. The authorized user needs to go to the approval console screen and approve the transaction so that PO invoice is automatically created in the purchasing company. So this was the general overview of the POOE trade automation submodule. Next submodule I would like to speak about is the Consolidated Reports submodule, allowing to print aggregate customer and vendor balances across multiple companies. So if your branches, H300 companies, deal with the same customer or vendor, you can see the total balance for a counterparty with your organization by printing just one report rather than getting numbers for each company and then summing them up manually. So for these purposes, we need to use the dedicated Sage 300 company, RG.Comp, for printing the consolidated reports. Let's see. Let's open the RG.Comp company, which is dedicated for printing the consolidated reports. Here is the submodule, which allows to print aged receivables, aged payables, vendor transactions by company, and customer transactions by company. The reports are similar, identical to their counterparty report in the AR and AP modules. So for demonstration purposes, let's print aged receivables and customer transactions by company, but the same information can be printed also for the vendors. Aged receivables, as you can see, the selection screen is nearly identical to the one we have in AR module. We have one selection criteria here, which is grouped by company ID or by customer. Let's select by customer. And we have additional tab of companies. So here we specify for which companies we want to print this report. Let's select both companies. And as you can see here, we can have companies with different functional currencies. And to convert the amounts from different currencies, we can enter exchange rates in the rate pop-up screen, where we specify the exchange rate from converting the consolidated company's functional currency to the functional currency of the RG.Comp company. Let's print the report. So as you see, we have the balance of the customer separately shown for RG Inc. company and RG Ltd. company. And we have company totals. And in the end, we have the customer total, which is the summarized figure for both companies. And let's also print the transactions. And again, the selection screen, we select which transactions we want to print. And on the companies tab, we specify for which companies we want to print the report. And as you can see, all the transactions for the customer 1100 are printed for RG Inc. company and RG Ltd. company. And for example, we have an invoice in both companies with the same invoice number. And in the end, the total figure is printed for both companies. So this much about the Consolidated Reports submodule. Next is GL Distribution submodule, which allocates account balances among Sage 300 companies. For example, you can use this tool to distribute the expenses or profits from the parent company to the branches. You can even create invoices for these transactions. So let's again see it in reality. In the sample database in the RG Inc. company, we have defined distribution sets which we need to distribute account balances between source and destination companies. Let's select the distribution set manual. And as you can see, the balance of 5,000 from RG Inc. company is distributed among the accounts 5,100 of RG Inc. and RG Ltd. company. Here the distribution is done manually, so we enter the percentages which will be allocated to these accounts manually, and 70% will go to the RG Inc. company and 30% will go to RG Ltd. company. We have other distribution methods also, which is based on number of employees, number of transactions, and also balance of the destination account, which allows to calculate the percentages by the, for example, number of employees of each company. So as soon as we define the GL distribution set, we can run the GL distribution for the entered distribution set. After processing, GL entries are created in both companies to allocate the appropriate account balance to the specified account. Let's see, for example, in the destination company, in RG Ltd. company, the created GL entry. Here it is, the GL entry created by manual distribution set. And as you can see, the calculated 30% balance is allocated to the 5,100 account. Also, we can print in RG Inc. company, we can print the GL distribution audit log report, which allows to see in details the calculation and distribution of the balance. So as you can see, the balance of 5,000 is distributed 70% to RG Inc. and 30% to RG Ltd. and the corresponding amounts. And if you, for example, do something wrong, you can always run the GL distribution reverse to reverse the effect, the allocation done by the GL distribution. And the next submodule I would present is Intercompany Transfers, which automates stock transfers between interrelated companies. So you enter the transfer only once. Quantity and costs are reduced in source company and increased in the destination company automatically. And again, let's open the sample database. Let's say we want to transfer inventory from RG Inc. company to RG Ltd. company. We open the designated screen. Here we select to which company we want to transfer inventory. In the detail line, detail grid, we select the item number. We select from which location of the source company we want to transfer the inventory, and in the two locations we select to which location of the destination company we want to transfer. And post the transaction. So as soon as we pause the transaction, two adjustments are created, one in source company and the other in the destination company, to adjust the inventory levels. So let's see the created IC adjustment in the destination company. Here is the transaction which is created for the item 103 with the specified quantity, and the type is both increase, and in the source company the type will be both decrease. So this much about the intercompany utilities. As I have said, this was just the general overview of the functionalities of the product, but later you can ask questions about the specific functionalities you are interested in. Thank you.